this. Ayy, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ayy, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. Cause I ain't like it. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these eyes ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Ooh. Only winning is exception on my cool. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. Cause I ain't like it. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Eluding the pressure right. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They run it with Jacobs. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Murray. Escaping the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Raiders 0.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mecole Hardman with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. 20, 10, 5, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Complete.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
14. First down, Las Vegas.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Falcons 14, Raiders 7.
On first down, Hurts completes it to Hardman. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Behind the chain, second and 12.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Hurts. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line.
Complete.
A very solid gain of 27. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On first down, Johnson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Second down, here's Hurts. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. And Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flushed out right. Open man is Myers. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. And the Raiders have got him. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Brings up 3rd down.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Flush to his right. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 41-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Complete.
Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this carries into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
First down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Kerryon Johnson, 72 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 33.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 22. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 20.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He'll buy some time right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Murray going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Results in a fourth down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Carry on Johnson. An even 90 yards. And the silver and black continue to roll. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that it's demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I'll bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that.
Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Raiders have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, 35 yards. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Raiders.
Matt Gay on.
And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word.
And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jack Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Let's get it. Check 24.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision to bring that one out. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he gets it up past the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
36-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. From the gun, Murray steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
44-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Murray forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Shotgun now for Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons claw one back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs. I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
At the 44-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1 yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Rolling to his right. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
51 to Mike. Let's go, defense.
And they will take a knee here.
Today's final score, Raiders.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas,
they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.